Hello everyone. This is the review. Well, this is the unpainted review of Bandai Figurise-Rise, as you can see on the right here, the Silver Crow from the Cell World series. So there is two release for the Cell World series from Bandai Figurise-Rise so far, and unfortunately, I haven't heard anything about any more. I hope there would be because I really want other characters from that series as well. Hopefully, when there's a second series, there might be more. But yeah, if you don't know about a Cell World or Silver Crow, go and watch it. So first of all, let's have a rundown of our plate first. So plate A is the silvery gray, silvery gray with the clear part. There's a reasonable amount of clear part on this kit, but as you will find out later, it's not enough. B1 here is the combination plate for the legs and the arm, as well as two extra extension you can see here, which are for the wings. Oh, and there's also extra piece here as well. I can't remember what they are. Yeah, you'll get back to me later. But this is this is also silver as well. And to create this is only for one set of legs and one set of arms. To make the other set, here is B2, which is just a center bit. Plate C is the darker silver, the more gunmetal-ish color plate. It's quite difficult to see, but if I get B2 here, you will see that there is a color difference between them. Not a huge amount, but you can see it. This is brighter than this one. Now this is mainly for the non-armor part of Silver Crow. The polycap set is exactly the same as Black Lotus, with a slight extension on one end. I can't remember where it is, but yeah, there's a slight extension, but it's essentially the same. In fact, there's some leftover bits that was used on Black Lotus, but not here. But that is molded in the darker silver again, so that it will hide the joint a bit neatly. And the rounding off is the standard plate for the stand. And finally is the stickers. A very bright silver stickers for you will probably need it for no matter how you build this kit. Well, except for those metallic green, you might be able to paint them on, but I'm going to use it. Assembly instruction is pretty straightforward. It's almost identical to Black Lotus in terms of layout and stuff. There's less stuff to talk about in terms of the of transformation because Silver Crow doesn't have a more standard mode and a battle mode. On the other hand, he has several attack gimmick parts you can actually show, such as the headbutt here, which have the two booster on the back actually opens up so that he can actually dash forward with a headbutt. Yeah. His arm, there's a swappable part for the arm in center form and the boost punch. And there are effect parts for the laser sword effect, although it's really, really short in terms of being a laser sword. And of course, there are wings as well. And here is Silver Crow, a very thin, slanky character. And you can see here that I have posed him with the laser sword arm already assembled because there's a bit of part swapping to actually do, and I decided not to do it on camera. But this side is a basic arm, and this is the laser sword style arm. I'll talk about it later. But yeah, you can see that the color is between the two parts is a bit more obvious now on the kit, and you can see. I don't know if you can see it. There is some detail on the inside of the visor. So yeah, there's a very weird face behind the visor, which I'm going to paint it up. I'm trying to accent it. I wonder whether those lines should be brighter than the rest of the face, or whether those lines should be darker than the rest of the face. I'm not quite sure yet. In fact, give me some comment as well. But yeah, overall he's pretty cool. He looks exactly like the character in in the show. In fact, I think he's actually slightly wider. Probably if it's get any thinner, you probably will just snap him in half very quickly. Articulation is good, just like Black Lotus, but he loses out in some, but gain some in the other as well. So the neck is a ball joint on the top, ball joint on the bottom, so his head can look downward and tilt around, turn around. Two ball joint up here, ball joint down here. So, but there's not a lot of clearance, so his body doesn't actually tilt backward a lot, only a little bit. But yeah, double joint on the shoulder, a swivel joint up here, which allows the arm to actually go up that much. The shoulder armor is plugged into the connection point between the shoulder and the body, so it doesn't move. So that is as high as the arm could go. There is a polycap on the inside which allows the arm to go forward and backward about this much. Not a lot, but give you something. Ball joint on the hand, so it would go and turn around. Ball joint at the hip, and it gives you reasonable amount of space for going forward and not a lot for backward, about this much. You can go sideways a bit. This armor is actually on a hinge, so you can actually open up a little bit, which lets you go a little bit further. Not a lot. Swivel down here, so you can turn. Double joint on the knee, and it's very good, just like Black Lotus. And then again, a very Revoltech style of polycaps here, where it's a swivel to a ball swivel, and then a peg to swivel, so his feet can go anywhere you want. Now it has almost everything except for one. His arm doesn't have a cut swivel up at this point, which means his hand can't reach to the left. He can't. That is as far to the his head. He can actually fold his arm towards one direction. Yeah, and that's as much as you can do spreading out. In order to do anything else, you need to use this little swivel just underneath the shoulder to actually do that. So he can open his arm like that. He can open hand, but there is no way he can actually do that. He can't do this motion basically. So yeah, that is a very odd choice. It's quite easy to actually add extra joint there. For some reason, I decided not to do it. Okay, gimmick. The headbutt I'm not going to show, but headbutt involve taking the head off, taking the neck off, taking this gray bit off, and then swap it with the headbutt part, which is this one. By putting that in, you literally lock the whole neck assembly in place because it will not be able to rotate its neck at all. To show it with the booster, you have to take these two arm plates off. On the instruction, you're supposed to take this off, take this spine effect part off as well, and replace it with this one, which looks almost the same except the frame is slightly bigger. And then you can plug this in to add as the booster effect. There are two polycap on the inside, also allows you to plug in the wings. So wings plug in there. And there, like that. Now the wingspan is very nice. The wingspan is taller than Silver Crow. I think each wing is about as tall as each wing is about as tall as Silver Crow itself. Unfortunately, the front looks fine. It's all filled up. On the back, they didn't do the right thing and actually give you a separate piece to actually cover it, which is a bit disappointing. Which means I have to fill all of those up later on with something. Yeah, but yeah, the wing is good. There is no joint to actually swivel the wings up or down. It can go back a bit and forward a bit, but that's it. But because it can't actually go up and down, it means that his wing is not going to droop. His wing will be staying perfectly spread out at all time, except when Silver Crow fall backward. Now hands. On his right hand in the Silver Sword mode is actually one of these, which is a karate chop style hand. On his left hand right now is a more relaxed spray out hand like this. He got one for both sides. And beside that, because he need to do the boost punch, he's also got a fist. Now there is two set of lower arm. One is here, you can see here, which is close up and complete close up with nothing opening up. Now this is the one where the inside has opened up for the booster, and this piece you can plug it in whether onto this one or you can plug that one to here. But this is the arm guard opening up into the boost position. So with all of this together and with the fist, you have the boost punch configuration. For the laser sword, apparently you don't actually need the booster on the inside to stick out, which is why I'm using it this way. Of course, it actually looks better because it looks more dramatic with the booster sticking out as well. But yeah, you can choose whatever you want because they're all compatible with each other anyway, so there's no worry about which one you're supposed to use, which one you're not supposed to use. Now for Silver Crow to actually plug into the stand here, he doesn't have a little hole at the bottom between his leg. Instead, he has a little panel on the back here, which you can pry off and reveal a panel on the back of the waist. And you come with this connector piece, so you plug that in, and then Silver Crow can use either up here or he can plug into here in a very weird position. There is only two effect parts, and that is the laser sword effect part. One to represent the arm guard in the boost position, and the other part to represent his arm emitting light. That's it. I wish that the laser sword part is much longer, because in the show the laser sword is long enough that it will be nearly touching the ground, and it will look more like a sword than a karate chop. And clear part. Now there is a reasonable amount of clear parts here, which one for the forehead, one for the arm guard in the closed position, and one for the arm guard in the open position. But there is no clear part for this section of the boost of the arm guard in boost position. There is no green clear parts on those, and I think there are two more parts that is supposed to be clear green as well. I don't know where it is. I think it's those two. But yeah, since they managed to make one or two of those, why don't we have more? That will complete the whole kit with almost no stickers whatsoever required. But yeah, overall, I like Silver Crow. Oh, that's one thing that is slightly disappointing. Besides, with the lack of clear green part, and that is all of the gray part has big seam lines all over. They're all two pieces come together with, so you end up with a giant seam line in between. Basically, out of the whole kit, the only part of him where the seam line is not showing is the upper body and the head. The rest of the kit, almost everywhere you can actually see seam lines. Seam line on the inside of the arm, seam line on the upper arm, seam line down the mid-waist, seam line at the upper thigh and the lower thigh. So you can't get away with just painting the kit or just leave him completely unpainted. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint him. But yeah, this is basically it for me for Silver Crow Unpainted. Next time you see it, it will be painted. So join me next time.